Good morning. Welcome. Come, let's do some yoga. I think there's a few of you out there this morning live with me on this Sunday morning. The sun rose this morning at 6:30. The last 28 days, or 26 days, it's felt like a real deepening into the earlier or later and later rising of the sun for me. So great. Come, let's do some yoga. So start by feet are hip distance apart and then sliding your hand down the side of your body. So we're into the side body again today. We did that, I think, way back in day 6 or 7 or something like that. And so for me, the side body is always really groany. We don't do much here sideways in our daily life. So we're just going to be really opening into the sides of the hips, the sides of the waist, sides of the spine, the rib cage. Nice. And then interlock your fingers behind the back of your head and then just sway from side to side. We're just bringing it up higher into the chest. So now as you drop your elbows from one side, I can't speak when I do this one, and the other, just feel the sense of the side body opening, the side rib cage opening, and just checking into it. Nice. Bring your feet a little bit further apart. Roll into your hips. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Just roll your shoulders. Big circles. And then the other direction. How wonderful. Well, just make fists out of your wrists, or hands, and roll your wrists. We're going to be working into our wrists today, arms. Remember, always make it your own. Make these shapes your own shapes. They're not about the same shape as me. I'm not the same shape as other people. You're not the same shape as anything else. So if something doesn't suit you, just go, no, I'm just going to make my own version of that. Oh, this is amazing. This is the art of moving for you. So feet are hip distance apart. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together, looking up. And then bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your right leg long behind you and step the right foot all the way back into a lunge. Step back into a plank. Drop the knees to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Bring your fingers wide on your mat or wider than your mat. Lift your toes off the floor and then pushing down into your fingertips. Keep your chin tucked in. Rise. Lowering down, hands to the floor. Push back into your cat. All the way back into your downward dog. And just getting a sense of the length of the back of your body, your arms, your feet, your calves. And then stretch your right foot up and back behind you. And then tap the floor. 1. Right foot up and back behind you. Tap the floor. 2. Right foot back. 3. And right foot back. 4. One last time. 5 is the magic number. Step your right foot forward between your two hands. Drop your left knee to the floor. And just rocking your bum back. 1. Rock forward into your hips. Rock back. 2. Forward into your hips. Rock back. 3. Forward into your hips. Rock back. 4. Forward into your hips. And last time we're going to hold it. So rocking back, drop your head down. Create length through the sides of your body, the deep of the sacrum, the back of that right thigh. Nice. Rocking forward. Lengthen your back leg and step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long and step it back into a lunge. Step back into your plank. Drop your knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Bring your fingers wider than your mat, standing on your fingertips. Lift your toes off the floor and then tucking your chin in, reverse backwards. Lowering down. Hands to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Find length, a sense of stretch through the body, a sense of connectivity through the whole of you this morning. Lengthen the left foot up towards the ceiling, and then tap your toe to the floor. 1. And back, tap down. 2. Back, tap down. 3. Back, tap down. 4. One last time. Back and swing it all the way forward between your two hands. Drop your right knee to the floor and stretch out through the front leg. I open my fingertips for this one. Gives me just a little bit more space. Rock forward. Sit your bum back. 2. Rock forward. Sit your bum back. 3. Leaning into it. Forward. Sit your bum back. 4. Move forward. Last time, we're going to hold it. 5. Create length. I really like being up on my fingertips here. I can be flat on the floor, but somehow fingertips gives me more engagement from my spine down into my fingertips. I feel my shoulders are more connected. Maybe try it out for you. What suits you? Nice. Rock forward. Stretch your back leg. Step forward. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Hands come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. Drop your arms down. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your right leg long behind you and drop it to the floor. Drop your right knee down. Pull your left elbow back. So you're turning. You can either bring your left hand to your left knee to turn your chest, or bring your fingers to the front of your shoulder, turn your chest, and then extend your left hand up towards the ceiling. Sink a little bit deeper into your left knee. The hand on the floor is really dynamic. You're creating length in the right side of your waist here. Nice. Bend your elbow, hand to the floor. Stretch your back leg, step back into your plank. Turn your toes towards the right side and then lift the right hand up towards the ceiling and you're in a side plank. Lift your hips high. Reach your hand high. Nice. Hand to the floor. Turn towards the floor. Drop your knees down. Roll. Oh, bring your belly all the way down. Fingers are wide. Lift your toes up. Pushing back. Keep your chin tucked in. Lowering down. Hands to the floor. All the way back into your cat pose. All the way back into your downward dog. So bring your right foot so that it's halfway. So it's off your mat. And it's kind of halfway between where your right hand was and your right foot was, but it's over towards the right side. And then lift your foot off the floor. So I'm actually my leg is out to the side and I'm lifting it up, down, up, down, up, 3, down, 4, down. Oh, lift very high. 5, down. Right. Keep your foot out to the side. Drop your left knee to the floor. You might have to move your right foot a little bit wider. And then lift your left knee off the floor. So you're dropping your left knee down, letting it touch, and then stretching back. Your right knee is dropping down, touch, with your left knee is dropping down, touch. And then one more time, left knee drops down, touch, and back. And then just lean back into your downward dog. And you probably will get a deeper stretch to the inner thigh on the right side. You're leaning back, stretching back into that left heel. Nice. Bring both feet together. And then from here, step the right foot forward. And then step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your left foot back. Drop your left knee to the floor. Bring your right hand to your right knee. Twist towards the right. Bring your fingers to the front of the right shoulder. Dial in your twist and then extend your right hand up towards the ceiling. Bend your front knee a little bit more so we're creating length into the waist. Nice. Bend your elbow, bring your hand to the floor, stretch your back leg, step back into your plank, drop your knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Bring your fingers wider than your mat, tuck your chin in, toes rise as you rise. Lowering down, hands to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. So again, we're going to do the thing where we bring our left foot out to the side and off your mat. So it's like halfway, it's like at a triangle between where your left hand and your left foot was. Nice. And then lift your foot off the floor. 1, drop it down, lift your foot off the floor, drop it down, lift your foot off the floor. I think that's 4. One more time. 5. Keep your left foot out to the side and then bend your right knee and let it touch the floor. I have to move my left foot a little bit out. It needs to drop out. And then stretch through the right leg. Drop your knee down. Stretch through the right leg. Drop your knee down. Stretch through the right leg. And drop your knee down. And now we're going to stretch into it. And notice how there's more length in the left thigh, the left buttock, as I really draw the weight back into that right heel. Nice. Bring both feet back together. And then just pause there, downward dog for a moment. And then drop both knees to the floor. Now we're going to start from here. So come up onto your high knees. So you're up on your high knees. I like having my toes tucked under, but see how your feet manage that. Toes tucked under is where my toes are standing. For me, I have more stability, where some people, they like their toes flat. See what suits you. For me, my knees prefer toes standing. So bring your right foot out to the side. So the sole of my foot is resting on the floor. And my right leg is strong. Bring your hands to your hips and push your hips forward. So the tendency here is that your bum will be sitting backwards. So everything that I want you to do is push your hips forward. So you're trying to create a long line. And as soon as you push your hips forward, you'll feel what you're trying to avoid. So you're going to feel your inner thigh on the right more, the front of the left hip, even the deep of the pelvis. Nice. Interlock your fingers and bring your hands behind the back of your head. So go slowly with this one. It's very strong. Okay, so slowly drop your left elbow down towards the left. And come back up. Drop down towards the left. And back up. Down towards the left. And back up. I find it hard to speak with this one. One more time, down towards the left. Pause there at a reasonable distance. And come all the way back up. Nice. Reach your arms straight out to the sides. Drop your right hand down to your right thigh and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. And now lean towards the right with your left hand. Come back up. Slide your right hand down. Lean your left hand over. Come back up. So really gliding your hand down your thigh, down into your calf and back up. And next time you go, pause there. Reaching, pushing your hips forward as you side bend into the left side of your body. This one's a little bit hard on your knees, so if you did want to fold up your mat and put it underneath your knees, you can. Sorry, I forgot about that. Nice, come all the way back. Lower your arms down, bring both hands to the floor, both knees to the floor, other side. So if you do want to roll your mat up and put it underneath that right knee, you can. It's just hard on the knees, this one. So rising up, hands to your hips, push your hips forward. Feel the length that suddenly is created as soon as you push your hips forward. Interlock your fingers, bring your hands behind the back of your head. Really lengthen through the front of your body, pushing your hips forward. So feel that length and keep that length. And then drop your right elbow down. And come back up. Right elbow down. And come back up. Only go as far as feels right for you. We're building. We're lengthening. We're stretching. We're strengthening. Next time you go, we're going to pause and find a reasonable distance. You're not at the maximum because you're adding time. You can't be at your maximum. Nice. All the way back up. Whew. Stretch your right hand up towards the ceiling and glide the left hand down, side bending. All the way back up to center. Slide the left hand down, side bending. Slide the left hand down, side bending. Next time we're going to hold it. Travel down, side bending, hold it, reach, push your hips forward, create length through the right side of your waist. Nice. Come back to center. Bring both hands to the floor and then stretch out through your legs and lengthen into your knees and give thanks for such awesome knees. Have a bit of a wiggle. Super cool. Stretching back. Bend your knees. Stretching back. And bend your knees. Super cool. Come sit on your mat, on your bum, with your legs long in front of you. So we're going to do a thing one-legged and then we're going to do it two-legged. So so without your hands. So you're trying to let your legs do this movement, okay? So bend your right knee and bring your foot up towards you. So it's just traveling up. I'm not using my hands. And then bring your foot to the outside of the left leg and just tap the floor. So we've bent our knee and we bring our foot over towards the left. And then straighten your leg, let it float. And then bend your knee and bring it over towards the right. So I'm lifting my right bum and I'm bringing my right heel over towards the right. So I've side bent and I'm balancing. You can bring your left hand to the floor if you need help. Otherwise, just balance. Stretch your leg long. Your bum comes to the floor. Bring your right foot towards the left side. And then bring your right foot towards the right side. So we're dropping our foot one direction and then the other. So foot towards the left. Bend your knee over towards the right. Straighten your leg over towards the left. And then over towards the right. So what we're doing is we're mobilizing deeply into the waist, into the hip. We're really strengthening that right leg. Nice. Super. Stretch your right leg long. Whew, let it rest. Feel it in the bum and the leg and the thigh. Other side, bend your left knee, draw it up towards you, and then let it travel over towards the right side of your right leg. Stretch your leg out, and then bend your knee. So your bum on the right is on the floor, your bum on the left is off the floor, and your heel is coming up towards your hip. Stretch your leg out, right. Stretch your leg out, left. Stretch your leg out, right. Stretch your leg out, left. One more time. Stretch your leg out, right. Stretch your leg out, left. Super cool. Stretch both legs out long. Just roll out into your belly. Even though it's our legs that we're moving, we're really engaging the side body there because we're side bending and holding. And then roll in the other direction. So we're going to try both together. So you can let your feet land. It's almost like you can kind of throw your feet down or you can keep your feet in the air for the whole thing. So we'll do it first with our feet landing. So bend your knees, both feet land on the floor. And then swing both feet over towards the right. And then both feet land on the floor. And then swing both feet towards the left. And then both feet land on the floor. So do that. Right, center, left, center. So you can start lifting your feet just up and not letting them land. Or you can keep tapping your feet. Or you can do one foot and then the other foot. Or you can do it slower than what I'm doing. So just swaying your knees from side to side. And then we're going to try and make the movement a bit bigger. So swing your knees as far as you can towards the right. So now I'm in zigzag. Come back to center. And then swing your knees as far as you can towards the left. And you're in zigzag. So there's more space. Each leg has its own space. One more time each side. Legs towards the right. Cool. Center. Legs towards the left. Super. Center. Stretch both legs long. My favorite move at the moment. Bend your right knee. Bring your left hand beside you. Stretch your right arm out towards your left foot. Drop your head down. And just have a bit of a wiggle there. Feeling the side body on the left is short and the side body on the right is long. You can pause, you can settle in, or you can continue to wiggle. If you feel very stuck, keep wiggling. If you feel quite steady through the back of your body, then just pause there. Nice. Coming up, change. Draw the left knee up or foot up so your foot is beside you. There's a space between your thigh and your foot. Right hand to the floor. Reach your left hand forward and out and drop your head down towards your right knee. Again, wiggle. Right waist is short, left waist is long. Feel that in your body. Oh yes, look at that. One side is long, the other side is short. You can get a bigger stretch into the left waist and rib cage than you can on the right. How do you move so you can feel that? Maybe I kind of wiggle my rib cage from side to side, and I notice that the left side can take the stretch, whereas the right side doesn't have enough tone and texture to take the stretch. Just noticing you. You can just settle in, drop your head down and hold it, or keep wiggling. Nice, all the way up. Come to sit at the front of your mat, slowly rolling down, landing all the way down on the floor. Squeeze your knees up onto your chest and just rock from side to side. And then pushing your elbows into the floor. Have a little bit of space between your armpits and your elbows, or the waist and your elbows, and then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. Nice. Roll in the other direction. Really feeling the work we just did there in the belly and the sacrum and the lower back. And then rock your knees from side to side. Your feet are in the air still as you rock. As you rock. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Arms are out into a T, and drop your knees to the right. Really lean into that left knee traveling down. Pausing there, creating length through the front of your body, the side of the left on the body. Come back up to center. Drop your knees to the left and really lean into that right knee as it travels down, creating length through the right side of your body. And coming up, and then just sway. Just another moment or two more, swaying your knees from side to side. And then land. Either bringing your knees are bent, soles of your feet are together, your legs are long. Really decide the shape of your resting. There's always a slight smile on your face. It just feeds good information down into the vagus nerve, down into your heart, your diaphragm, your lungs. I always find as soon as I put a slight smile on my face, my nose seems to widen, my breath seems to deepen. I can receive the breath much deeper into my belly, into my torso. It's softer, it's steadier. I'm really feeling the back of your body settling, weight in the back of your body. Smile on your face, weight at the back of your body, softening, settling. Nice. So slowly, just stretching your arms overhead, stretching your feet long, whatever way you do. Create length through your body. And then either bending your knees or rocking over to your side, or do whatever you need to do, or stay there, even more amazing.